I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 400. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Well, hello, all my dear friends all over the world. I can hardly believe two things. Number one, once again, we're in the holiday season. And number two, this is my 400th episode. Now, I don't know, this might be the first time that you're listening to me, or maybe you've listened to all 400 episodes. But whatever it is, I want you to know that I appreciate you being here. And there are things that I still have to teach that I want you to learn. And since we're in the holiday season, well, there's a lot of learning that can go on and a lot of opportunities that happen that can teach you how to have a much better relationship with yourself and with food, because there are many circumstances that happen during the holidays between food and people that trigger your own thinking. And what better way than having your thinking triggered to be able to change your thinking? But in order to change your thinking, first you have to know what you're thinking. And of course, everything that I've been talking about in all 400 episodes is number one, how to know what you're thinking. Number two, how to change your thinking. And number three, sometimes how just to stay with your thinking and the feelings that it creates. And since we're in this holiday season, let's use it to help benefit you and to help you understand your thinking better. Because I think for most of us, at least for me, usually I have thoughts that get triggered more during the holidays than any other time during the year. If it means overeating, or if it means overdoing, or if it means over anything, it'll happen during the holidays. And it gives me an opportunity to look at myself more closely. And it gives you an opportunity to look at yourself more closely. So before I talk about this episode a little bit more, I want to read to you from one of my books from my colleague, Janet Archer. And in her book, An Invitation to Pause, again, she's written 2 books. There are little stories in here that help you see yourself more clearly. At least it helps me see myself more clearly. So I want to read you something from her book because I think it will help you as I talk about how to help your thinking, how to change your thinking, how to see your thinking. I want to read this to you first, and it's called The Quarter Turn. And this is what she says. It was early one morning when I was out for a walk that a brightness caught my eye. What is that? I wondered as I backed up to investigate. There was a cross on the church steeple shining with a spectacular brilliance, which proved to be nothing more than a reflection of the newly risen sun. Later in the day, I was in my car when I realized I'd forgotten my cell phone. I left it at home on the table. I can't believe I forgot my cell phone, I started yelling. What if I need it later? What if I miss something important? I was stirring myself up at a frightening speed. And that's when I remembered that the cross and the sun from earlier in the day. And I asked myself, what are you facing right now, Janet? Are you facing the sun? Quite simply, the answer was no. I was facing agitation, worry, and anger straight on. And that is what got reflected back to me. When I made the choice to make a quarter turn toward the sun, this is what it sounded like in my head. How relaxing not to have my phone. Nobody can reach me right now except me. I wonder what I most need to hear from myself that would assist and support me along the way today. It's always our choice what direction we face. Face the sun, the light, kindness, gratitude, and willingness, and it will all be reflected back each and every time. Look out from where you are, and you will absolutely know in a very short time just what direction you are facing. If you don't like the reflection, just start to turn and don't stop until you feel the glow spread across your face and slide down into your heart. And then welcome yourself back home once again into your own sweet brilliance. That's Janet Archer, my friend and my colleague, written 2 books, An Invitation to Pause, An Invitation to Pause Again. And every single story that she has will brighten up your brain and help you understand something you didn't understand before. I love to read this. And I picked this because I think during the season, what are you looking at? What are you thinking about? And is it bringing up negative energy, negative feelings, or is it bringing up positive feelings? Because really, all you have to do is to think about what you're thinking about. And if what you're thinking about is bringing negative feelings into your body, you have a choice in that moment to stay there or to turn just a little bit and think a different thought. I love that. I just want you to think about that. It's so simple. And at the same time, you have to be aware of what you're thinking. Which brings me to the idea of the holidays and what's going to be going on. And that I want to help you. What I would like to do is to help you understand your mind better and help you understand your relationship with food better. Holidays are the best time to do it. And for you, one of the things, and for me, one of the things that I don't want you to do is to leave. And what I mean by leaving, and I've talked about this in a few podcasts, but I want to keep saying it as we start moving into the holidays, is don't leave and tell yourself you'll be back January 1st. Decide to stay connected with yourself and to see yourself through the holidays and through the food that you're eating and what's going on in your mind. Because just like Janet says in her book, all you have to do is take a quarter turn. And when you feel that positivity coming back into your body, you know you've made the right turn and you know that you've changed your thinking. So I don't want you to avoid foods and I don't want you to binge on foods. I want you to be able to learn how to enjoy a food that tastes good, that has absolutely no nutritional value, which is what I call a joy food or a joy eat. And it can be a joy drink too. But no matter what it is, I don't want you to do it out of, I'm going to get as much as I can in because come January, I'm going to stop. That's a thought I don't want you to think anymore, starting right now. And if you can go to a thought like this, is I'm going to stay connected to my body no matter what so I can learn. I can eat whatever I want, but what do I really want? I can eat whatever I want, but how's it going to make me feel? I can eat whatever I want and enjoy it and stop the minute that I'm done are all thoughts if you take a quarter turn when you're thinking or eating a joy food. Because what most of my clients, what I find is that either you're staying away from a joy food or you're eating too much of it. And it's that happy medium of being able to let it sit there, to be able to eat it, to be able to enjoy it and be able to stop, which is the art of being able to eat that food. And you know how to do it. You've done it when you were young, at least. It wasn't that big of a deal until we made a big deal about food and a big deal about what we shouldn't eat. And once that big deal came about and our mind started thinking about what we can't eat and that we're overweight and so we can't eat like other people, all these crazy little thoughts that start going in through your head start making you almost feel like you have to indulge, like you have to overeat these foods and then you'll never have them again. The quarter turn that I'm asking you to do to feel that sunshine on your face is to start thinking in a different way, starting with, I can eat whatever I want, but what do I want? I really want you to be able to inhabit the thought of I can eat whatever I want. I've said this on many podcasts, and really it's just a belief that if you believe that you can eat whatever you want and all those joy foods that are out there are available to you and you could eat them, but do you really want them? Now, when it's put like that, many times you don't. But when it's put like I'll never have it again, that quarter turn makes you think like you have to eat it and you have to disconnect from your body. Make this the season of connection. You and your body, your mind and your body, a connection. And listen, if you're able to connect to the joy of a food that you can enjoy without overeating it, joy is not just in foods. Joy is a feeling that you can create with any thought. What a wonderful time to practice thinking thoughts that create joy. In other words, can you eat a food that makes you feel joyful if it's enjoyable? Let's say you can enjoy, these foods can be enjoyed. They do not have to be on the do not eat list. They can be on the list that it's enjoyable, but it's not fuel. So I don't want to fill myself up with it. I want to have a little and I want to let it go. It's a practice. Why don't you use this season to believe that you can eat whatever you want? And you really think about what is it that you really want to eat when it comes to joy foods. And you practice that art of bite by bite and stopping the minute that you're done. It's a practice. I think you're going to have plenty of opportunities. And listen, while I'm talking about this, you know that if you're listening to this in the early part of this week, and of course I'm talking about 2023, I've had so many podcasts, I better start saying the year, that I have a class that I'm doing on losing weight during the holidays or staying the same during the holidays, but connecting mind and body and being able to celebrate with these foods without overindulging. It's a 75-minute class. If you're listening to this earlier in the week, you still have time to do it. Wednesday, December 6th at 12:30 p.m. Come on and join me. Maybe that's how you take a quarter turn, is you say to yourself right now, I'm going to learn how to be more connected to my body. I'm going to learn how to be able to think something as simple as I can eat whatever I want and teach myself to believe it. What an opportunity. All you have to do is go to drdebbutler.com, and that's drdebbutler.com/celebrate, and you can still come and join me. I'm telling you, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for me to get to know you. And it's a wonderful opportunity for you to get coached by me. So if you've never been coached, what a great time to do it. And if you don't want to be coached by me, you can learn a lot by watching me coach other people. And your brain, you can still take that quarter turn. Take the class, simple, easy steps, and learn how to take that quarter turn and learn how to manage your mind better. And of course, I would never end a podcast during the holiday season or any other time of season without saying to you that no matter where you go or what you do, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you're loving my podcast and you would like some more information to be able to follow along with, then please go to drdebbutler.com/change, and you can get a free copy of my companion book that goes with this podcast that I refer to in many different episodes. That is drdebbutler.com/change, CHANGE.